Hello everybody and welcome, I am Boom, and today we're going to see if we can beat the game with a single Charmander. Now, just like before, we know that this is possible. However, this was the second run that I had ever done on my channel, aside from I think a Venomoth only run in Pokemon Heart Gold. However, I remember that that particular run took me 153 attempts to beat Red, and I really don't feel like doing that right now, so we'll probably get back to that at some point. Just not today. So, just like with Bulbasaur, I want to see how much we've improved, if any. Last time we beat the game, we were at level 100, and it's showing 9 hours and 13 minutes, though I don't know how accurate that is, since that kind of seems incredibly low, if I'm being honest. Anyway, to look at Charmander, it is definitely a first form starter with a decent special and a decent speed as well. We can learn some good fire moves, access to Metal Claw, Dragon Claw. Now that I know more about the game, we'll have to make sure to use moves like Brick Break to make Lorelei's ice types a little bit easier. For the rival, we'll go ahead and give him Squirtle, since with a Charmander, that'll be the hardest thing for us to face. For our nature, we have a relaxed nature, upping our defense and lowering speed. We have Blaze as an ability, upping our firepower, quite literally, when we drop down to about a fourth of health. The lab rival battle goes about like you'd expected, but once we get to level 7, we'll be set for the forest at least. Once getting to that level, we just burn our way through the forest because I'm gonna be honest, facing Brock is probably going to be a little bit of a nightmare. And then after Brock, we have Misty. It won't be until past the second gym that the game gets even a little bit easier for us. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do the optional rival fight because having that additional EXP very early on can be incredibly beneficial. With the optional battle, Pidgey is first and we open up with Ember, taking it to yellow and burning it as Pidgey sand attacks. It's good that it has that chip damage from burn, because we missed the next 3 attacks. After that, it's out to Squirtle, and we hit it with Scratch for as little as it tail whips. We do test Metal Claw damage, though it's not doing much of anything. We can definitely out-damage it, so even though we do miss a few turns, we're totally fine to keep going on. After that, it's time to head back through the forest, and time to fight Brock. Brock starts with Geodude, and we use Metal Claw, getting the attack boost as it sets up Defense Curl. We take it to red as it defense curls again, and then we take it out. Then, with Onix, we take it to almost half as Rock Tomb connects for solid damage and lower speed. Then it uses Tackle for some reason, and we take it to red. Then it uses Bind. Not really sure why, but we could take it down from there to win a surprisingly low level and first try victory. That was not what I expected to happen, but I'm not going to complain. While we have some travel ahead, it's at this time I'd like to remind you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. We're still working on watch hours, and I have a few new things planned content-wise. I'll be getting a Pokemon Jeopardy set up with friends because we did a Dead by Daylight Jeopardy, and it went really well. I enjoyed it. And I also have a friend looking into randomizing starters in Scarlet and Violet to do some battle videos. I'm not a competitive player by any means, but hopefully that'll be something else I can get started. Yo, and by the way, we do grab the Dome Fossil because that's the only fossil that matters, and then we're on our way to Cerulean. We have 2 options available, with either Misty or fighting the rival. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're ready whatsoever to be fighting Misty, but maybe I'm wrong. We did pretty well against Brock, but I think that was probably a fluke. I'm gonna take my chances with the rival first. Pidgeotto is first, and we open with Ember as it uses Quick Attack. The rival switches out to Squirtle on a Metal Claw, and we barely do any damage. We smoke screen it, hoping to avoid some water guns, and that actually works. We swap over to Mega Punch, taking it to yellow as Squirtle withdraws, and another punch takes it to red as Water Gun takes us to 1 HP before we take it out, though we immediately get Quick Attacked when the Pidgeotto is back. A few attempts in and this goes a lot better, and we take the Pidgeotto down in just a couple Mega Punches. With Squirtle, we do end up smoke screening it to avoid a few water guns, and then after that we can take it down after a few Mega Punches. From there, we can take both the Abra and the Rattata down with a single punch each, and that lets us move on. After that, we take our time going through the route and the bridge above, taking down the trainers. Given the fact that, again, Misty is the next leader, we want to make sure we gain as many levels as we can. After that, we skedaddle back to Misty, and I still don't feel great about it. Staryu is first, and we open with Mega Punch, and that is enough to take it out at one shot. Starmie is next, and we immediately get Water Pulse to 9 HP, and we do Smoke Screen it. It does miss, and then we knock ourselves out from Confusion. Yeah, I don't think we're ready yet. Let's go to the ship. We go ahead and we clear out the trainers on the ship, because we do want that additional EXP, and then after that, we go ahead and fight the rival. The rival first starts with Pidgeotto, and we open with Mega Punch, taking it below half as it uses Quick Attack, and then we knock it down. After that, Wartortle is out, and we can use another Mega Punch, taking it below half. The Wartortle does use Withdrawal, and we punch again, taking it to red, as Water Gun does a lot. After that, we knock it out. Next up is Raticate, and we punch it to red, as Hyper Fang misses, so we can take it out. Last but not least is Kadabra, and it misses, but we don't, so we can take it out to win the battle. Back to Misty, and it isn't going any better for us. We're still getting dealt way too much damage to even survive more than one hit. So unfortunately, this particular battle is going to require us to do some leveling, and at level 35, we're still taking Staryu down in one shot. Starmie is next, and we get taken at 40 HP with Water Pulse, and we use Mega Punch, taking it below half. A Water Pulse takes us to 1 HP, and we miss. But then, we outspeed and take it out. That was way too close for comfort. With that, we'll head back to Vermilion and see how things go against Surge. Voltorb is first, so we can take it down in one shot. Pikachu is up next, and it will also go down in one shot. And then last is Raichu, and we take it to red, but it sets up Double Team. Surge heals up, we take it back to red, and then actually land another Flamethrower to win the battle and the badge. With that, we have some travel ahead, and I think for the back half of the game, we're probably still going to be in trouble. Giovanni has ground and rock types, Blaine has fire types. Even though Lorelei has ice types, she still has access to surf. Yeah, we're probably going to be in some trouble. However, we do have Flamethrower now, and along the way we also get access to Slash. If needed, we can learn Brick Break to possibly help, but we'd have to replace Slash, and then probably replace that with Return later. We have time to think about it, though, while we travel. Also, just wanted to ask, what's the weather like where you are? Because I woke up today and it was a wonderful negative 15 degrees. The drive-thru at the restaurant that I work at was completely frozen over, so that was a lot of fun. Now that we've made our way through the cave and have some options, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do next. There's Erika, Giovanni, and the rival afterwards if needed, so honestly, we have plenty of options. I think the obvious choice will be visiting Erika first, since we'll likely be able to one-shot sweep through her gym. Giovanni can definitely be a problem, so having the extra levels from the gym probably won't be a bad thing. Erika first starts with Flamethrower, and we take it down in one clean shot. After that, Tangela suffers the same fate. Vileplume, who I honestly thought may survive one hit, ends up going down in one shot as well to win a pretty simple victory. After that, it's time to head to Giovanni. Let's see if he's a problem. Giovanni starts with Onix, and we open with Metal Claw, getting the attack boost. Bind connects for a little before it goes down. Rhyhorn is next, so we use another Metal Claw, taking it to yellow as Stomp connects for solid damage, and then it goes down. Kangaskhan is last, and Slash does decent damage as Mega Punch takes us to low yellow. We Flamethrower, hoping for a burn, and it misses its next attack before going down to win a very narrow victory. Alright, we have one more battle to cover, and then we'll talk about Charmander. The rival starts with Pidgeotto, and we open with Flamethrower, Kentucky frying the bird. Wartortle is next, so we swap to Slash, actually getting the crit and knocking it down. Growlithe is out, and we take it to yellow as we get hit with Ember, and then we knock it out. Execute is next, and we swap back to Flamethrower, taking it out. Then, it's Kadabra, and we swap back to Slash, taking it out in one shot. Alright, with that, we have some travel ahead, Safari Zone Scramble, etc. So let's go ahead and talk about Charmander while we play through that footage. Beginning of the game-wise, Charmander had a rough go-around with things, especially for the very beginning of the game. Brock wasn't too bad, but honestly, I think that was due to luck. Had I decided to do that battle again and play just normally, I don't think the AI would have made the same choices that it made the first time, truthfully. I think that it probably would have continued to focus on Rock Tomb, and I think it would have taken us a lot more attempts because, if I remember correctly, that's what happened the first time that I tried this game with this Pokemon. Misty had us power leveling far more than I normally would want to. As the rest of the game goes on, though, we don't really have to worry about any direct disadvantages until Giovanni. Blaine could still be a problem given the fact that he would resist our hard-hitting special moves, but I have a feeling that we'll probably be fine. The rival will always be a problem, but honestly, we have other things to deal with right now. I don't know if Koga will be any kind of issue. He does have pretty bulky Pokemon, but there's really only one way to find out. With Koga, he starts with Coughing, and we open with Flamethrower, taking it down in one shot. Next up is Monk, and we use Flamethrower, doing not quite half as it sets up Minimize. We continue with our Fire, taking it to low yellow as Sludge connects, and then Koga ends up healing as we continue attacking. We do swap to Smokescreen to avoid getting a few hits, and then Flamethrower again, taking it to red and burning it, but we get poisoned. After that, Koga heals, and despite us taking it and the next Coughing down, we just end up going down as well. So this takes a few more attempts, and we actually go back to Celadon to get the Charcoal. It'll end up boosting our firepower by at least a little bit to hopefully give us an edge in the battle. Ideally, I don't want to have to level up anymore unless absolutely necessary, but worst case scenario, we can go fight some folks in Silph Co if needed, and there's also a few vitamins that are scattered throughout the building. Coughing is first and is a one-shot, which is no surprise. Muck goes to almost half, gets burnt, then we take it to red as it sludges, and then the burn takes it out. After that, Coughing is a one-shot, and then from there, Wheezing is a two-shot with Flamethrower, winning us the badge. Won't lie, that still took about 20 different attempts between Smokescreen misses, Minimize, and Toxic, so it was pain, but it was still doable. While we're traveling to Saffron and through the first part of Silph Co, tell me what your favorite Pokemon is. Depending on how easily accessible it is to put in the game, meaning hopefully gens 1 through 3, I will happily do a solo run with it, unless I've done a solo run with it before, but in which case I may just put it into a different game. You never know. Anyway, let's go ahead and fight our rival and see just how badly we get stomped. The rival starts with a now fully evolved Pidgeot, and we open with Flamethrower, taking it to yellow as Wing Attack connects, and then we take it down. Next out is Blastoise, and we do a Smokescreen as Water Gun wrecks us. We swap over to Slash hoping for a crit, but we don't even do a quarter of damage. Next attack misses, and we crit. Then we crit again to take it down. Next out is Growlithe, and we do almost half as it takes us down to 12 HP, and then knocks us out before we can take it down. Alright, let me fight some of the people in here and try again. After a couple levels, Charmander takes Pidgeot down to red and shrugs off a Wing Attack before taking it down. With Blastoise, it wastes time with Protect, and we do Smokescreen it, and it just keeps spamming Protect. So it goes down, and then after that, Growlithe is a two-shot. The eggs come out, and they go down to a Flamethrower, and then the Alakazam goes down to 2 slashes, only setting up Calm Mind. You know, if they had just not attacked, like, the first time I faced them, I probably wouldn't have needed the level up. The AI is weird sometimes, but let's go ahead and go stop some crime. Giovanni starts with Nidorino, and we open with Flamethrower, taking it to a Sliver, burning it, and cutting the damage Fury attack does as the burn finishes it off. Rhyhorn is next, and we swap to Metal Claw, taking it to not quite half as it uses Scary Face. Metal Claw takes it to yellow, and Rock Blast nearly takes us down, and we miss, getting taken to 9 HP before we take it down. We manage to take Kangaskhan to red, and then Rage, arguably the worst move in the game, is what takes us down. So, this takes a few different attempts, and eventually, we just start spamming Flamethrower. We also heal the few HP that we're missing, and with enough attempts of just spamming the same move over and over, it goes down. On to Sabrina. Kadabra is up first, and we open with Slash, taking it down on one go. Mr. Mime goes to yellow and sets up Barrier, and we take it to red. Sabrina heals up, and Flamethrower takes it to yellow, and she heals again. We take it to red and then take it out. Next is Venomoth, and we use Flamethrower, taking it out in one go. Last up is Alakazam, and we swap back to Slash as it uses Calm Mind, and we take it to yellow. Psychic then knocks us out. Fantastic. The next attempt, we just get a crit on the slash, and it only sets up future sight, so we take it down. Sure, why not? Alright, it's time for us to go to Cinnabar, and I gotta be honest, I do not feel great about this battle. He has fire types, and a horrifying Arcanine, and honestly, I don't remember if I had this much trouble the last time. It just feels like we are losing an awful lot. Growlithe is first, and we take it to yellow with Flamethrower and then knock it out. Ponyta's next, so we can take it out pretty easily, but with the Rapidash, that's where we run into trouble. Blaine heals a few times, and all the while it's just taking chunks of health. By the time we get to Arcanine, we just end up getting taken out without too much of a problem. Unfortunately, this does require some leveling up, because while we're able to do decent damage, it's nowhere near enough to take it down. So after we level up some, we try again. At level 65, we can take Growlithe down to red as Fire Blast connects. Blaine does heal, and we take it back to red, and then we can knock it out. Ponyta's next and goes to half and connects with Fire Blast, and then we take it out. At that point, we do the same thing to the Rapidash, and as the Arcanine comes out, we take it to half, and Fire Blast knocks us down to 3 HP. Thankfully, we do enough damage with our next attack, most likely due to Blaze, and we knock it out, winning just another very narrow battle. Every battle in this game has been narrow for me. Alright, we have one more gym battle to go, and that's with Giovanni. Given the fact that Giovanni has that partial ground typing with his Pokemon, yeah, I could see this being a lot of resets. Earthquake is a very powerful move, but I'm gonna just be hopeful. How about that? Rhyhorn goes down to Flamethrower, and we actually outspeed the Dugtrio, so it goes down to Flamethrower as well. Then, when Nidoqueen comes out, we take it out with a critical hit Flamethrower. Nidoking is out next, and we can take it to a Sliver as Earthquake wrecks our health. Giovanni heals up, and we get a high roll on the damage, knocking it out this time. Rhyhorn comes out, and we can take it down in one shot as well to win the battle. It took about 6 attempts, but that's 8 badges down. Let's try the rival fight. Pidgeot is first, and we use Flamethrower, taking its red, burning it, and shrugging off the wing attack damage before knocking it out. Next out is Rhyhorn, and we use Flamethrower again, taking its red, burning it too, and tanking a takedown as the recoil and the burn knocks it out. Blastoise, we make sure to smokescreen immediately as it uses Rain Dance, and we slash it, hoping for that crit as Water Gun takes us to 22 HP. Flamethrower doesn't do much because of the rain, and we do end up avoiding some attacks, and we actually take down the Blastoise. Next out, though, is a Growlithe, and a single takedown knocks us out. I think you can guess where this leads. Given the fact that it took an insane amount of luck to burn both Pokemon leading up to the Blastoise, and avoiding most of the hits, yeah, we need some levels. At level 75, we can take Pidgeot down with a single Flamethrower. Next up is Rhyhorn, and it also goes down to a single Flamethrower as well. Blastoise is out, and we swap over to Smokescreen as Water Gun connects, and we use Flamethrower doing a decent bit. As it sets up Rain Dance, we swap over to Slash. It does hit a Water Gun, but we manage to take it out. Then, with Growlithe, it goes down in 2 slashes and hits us once, leaving us with plenty of HP. The eggs go down to a single Flamethrower, and then the Alakazam only uses Future Sight as we take it down in 2 turns to win that pre-Elite Four rival battle. Now, while we're going through Victory Road, let's go ahead and take a look at the Elite Four as a whole. Lorelei, I can understand being a bit of an issue. We can learn Brick Break, and that'll be super effective against her team. But if we don't one-shot her, then I can see us getting taken down pretty easily. Then there's Bruno, who, as long as we take down his Onix quickly enough, shouldn't be an issue. However, I believe they both know Earthquake. Agatha probably won't be an issue, with any luck, of course. And then with Lance, we're probably going to struggle quite a bit, because he has an Aerodactyl. And there's the rival fight. That's probably going to be rough as well. We're probably going to be level 100 again. But let's see how we do. Did you guess that Lorelei would end up being an issue? I mean, we can't do super effective damage against the Slowbro, and literally every Pokemon in her team can do super effective damage against us. So we do end up leveling, and quite a bit at that. But don't worry, if you're in for my suffering, there's still some hard battles to go. For now, though, I hope you forgive me. We're going to skip forward a little bit. As always, I'm going to play some footage here in the background while covering this, but I want to be done with this challenge. I don't know why I said that I would do these again, but here we are. At level 95, we can take the Dugong to red with Brick Break, and Lorelei does heal up, but it doesn't take long to knock it out. After that, Cloyster likes to waste time, protect stalling, and it goes down pretty quickly. Lapras is actually a one-shot this time around, though I can assure you that's normally not the case, even at this level. We smokescreen the Slowbro, then take it to half and burn it as it hits us to 10 HP, but due to the burn, we can take it out. The last up is Jinx, and we can win the battle, but so close to not. Let's see if Bruno is any easier. Onyx is first, and we open with Brick Break, and to my surprise, we don't one-shot it as Earthquake does solid damage. Bruno heals, and we take it back to yellow and then knock it out. For Hitmonchan, we swap the Flamethrower, taking it out in one shot. Machamp is next, and we take it to red with Flamethrower, and the berry actually takes it out of healing range, and it only sets a bulk up, so we can knock it out. Then after that, Onyx goes to yellow as Earthquake hits hard, and then we take it out after a heal up. Hitmonlee comes out, we swap back to Flamethrower, taking it to a sliver. Brick Break doesn't do much given the attack drop from the burn, and then the burn damage actually takes it out to win the battle. Ghostly Grandma time. Gengar is first for Agatha, and we open with Flamethrower, taking it out in one go. Next out is Golbat, and we continue with our mixtape, spitting straight flames as we take it out. Arbok cuts our attack, but thankfully no worries there, so we can knock it out in one go as well. The next Gengar is also a one-shot, and then finally, Haunter is a one-shot too, winning us a very clean and thankfully very easy battle. Alright, let's take a look at Lance. Lance starts with Gyarados, and we open with Return, taking it to not quite half. We do have some back and forth as it whittles us down to 60 HP before we do take it down. And then after that, Aerodactyl is out and immediately knocks us down. So this takes a long time. So at level 100, we have to learn Double Team. And we have to set up a full 6 double teams, and we thankfully avoid enough attacks, so we're actually able to take Gyarados to red. Lance heals and then actually switches out, so we take Aerodactyl to half on the switch, and then we can knock it out. After that, Dragonite is next, so we swap between Flamethrowers and Return, and we actually end up taking it down without taking any health. The weakened Gyarados comes out, we take it to red, it misses, and then we take it out. After that, Dragonair is out, goes to yellow, then goes down. The last Dragonair goes to yellow, paralyzes us, and then we can take it down to win the battle. One more fight. Pidgeotta's first, and we spend the time to set up a full double team before we take it down, though we're pretty hurt by the time we do. Then, Rhydon is out, and we're able to take it to red. He heals up, then we take it back to red and knock it out. Next up is Blastoise, and we actually critical hit Return, which takes it to red, and the berry takes it from healing range, so we knock it out. After that, Alakazam and Exeggutor are both a one-shot. Then with Arcanine, we take it to yellow, it misses its attack, and then we finally take it down to win the battle and the run. So, looking at our stats, last time we beat the game at level 100, and according to the video, in a little over 9 hours. This time it was a little over 11 hours and still at a level 100. I definitely didn't expect all these videos to go better than the last time, and that's fine. We do a little bit more exploration now, and we don't rely as much on rare candies. We actually go through and level up when we can, and that's totally fine. At the very least, it means we're getting the full stat yields from it. Next week, we'll be doing a Metang run in Pokemon Emerald, thanks to the suggestion from Ashura. I haven't got to play that one recently, and I beat the game with Metagross, so time to go backwards a little bit. After that, we'll be finishing up the starters with Squirtle. Also, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you. I'm making a Pokemon Jeopardy video here soon, like I mentioned, but I wanted to see if you had any questions that you'd like to see added. Drop them in the comments below. Anyway, I do have to get this video recorded, edited, and ready for tomorrow. And I work tomorrow, so probably going to be awake till around midnight, 1 a.m.-ish, getting this edited. And then back up at 6 a.m. to take the kiddo to school. Should be a fun Thursday. If you haven't yet and you want to hang out, make sure to go ahead and join the Discord. Links to that will be below. Once again, I am now partner, but still working on watch hours, so if you're still watching, you're amazing. And, as always, if you liked the video, even if you didn't like the video, hit the like and subscribe button, because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.